Hey guys, welcome back to Grimworks Productions presents DBS, and as promised, we have another tech deck for you. This is going to be half of a 2 deck tech showing that's going to end in a battle between the 2 deck techs, between myself and our technical producer, Tony.
I guess.
That's what we promised them on the last video.
Alright.
These are 2 decks that were personally requested by people who had left comments. So we are going to showcase the first one, which is the Meta Cooler Deck. So P. Matt Smith, shout out to you. You requested this deck, and here it is for all of your viewing pleasures. So, of course, we're going to start with the leader, which is Meta Cooler. And so he's pretty average, 10,000 on this side, 15,000 on this side. When you're at 4 or less life, you can flip him, draw 2 cards. And basically on this side, he doesn't really do much. What he does do is, when you reveal him as your leader, so basically at the beginning of the game, you get to search your deck, or don't even shuffle it into your deck, because why would you? Just keep it off to the side, and it lets you start off with Big Getty Star. First charm before you even play your mana. As soon as you show your opponent that you're playing Meta Cooler, you bring out Big Getty Star. So, on his Awakened side, he's a little bit different from your average leader in that when he attacks, you do not get to draw a card. Instead, you get an infinite multiplication Meta Cooler from your graveyard and add it to your hand. And then he has the ability to activate main once per turn. If 3 or more of your Meta Coolers are in play, choose one of your opponent's battle cards and switch it to rest mode. So you can tap a blocker or tap something big that you want to attack to get rid of. He's actually pretty decent. You do have to make the deck around Big Getty Star and infinite multiplication Meta Cooler. But as long as that's what you wanted to play, it's a pretty good leader. I do like the fact that he lets you get the Meta Cooler from the graveyard to your hand, so that you're not trying to top deck something that you really need when it's something that you didn't. In this deck, you would think that you would only play 1 Big Getty Star because you start off the game with it, but I actually do like to play 2. The reason being is because mid to late game, when you tap the Big Getty Star to drop a card from your library into your graveyard and get an infinite multiplication Meta Cooler from your graveyard and put it into play, you can play the second one, sacrificing the tapped one, activate it, and do it again. So getting essentially 2 Meta Coolers from your graveyard onto your battlefield that turn, and a third one into your hand using his ability when you attack. So I do like to play with 2. The first card on our battle cards list is going to be Sorbet the Loyal Commander, and I actually do not have 3 more to flip for you, so you're just gonna have to imagine that there's 4 of them here. I'm poor, what do you expect? I can't afford commons, and I'm too lazy to look for them. So, Sorbet the Loyal Commander. The reason I play this, it's a recent addition to the deck, which is why I only have 1, because I need to find the other 3. He's blocker, so he has that going for him. Yeah, there's not really any negates, any 1 mana negates in yellow, so a lot of people don't play the 4 mana negate, so a blocker comes in real handy. The reason I play him though is because if I have to go first and I don't get to attack with my leader and combo an infinite multiplication Meta Cooler into my graveyard to ensure that Big Getty Star has something to hit, Sorbet the Loyal Commander has the ability that I can discard a card from my hand, so I would discard my Meta Cooler and be guaranteed to get Big Getty Star on turn 1, even though on turn 1 I can't attack with my leader. So he's just there to make sure I get that Meta Cooler out on turn 1 if I'm the one going first. So I really like this addition to the deck. Now, the next card is going to be the star of the deck, and that is Infinite Multiplication Meta Cooler. From here on, I'm just going to call him Meta Cooler because I'm not going to say all that the entire video. So, for those of you who played Magic like me, this is our Relentless Rat. You can have as many copies as you choose of this card in your deck. So, you're not restricted to 4. He's a 2 mana 1500, which is pretty good. It's decent. It's alright. But when you consider the fact that you are going to be getting them into your field from your graveyard, from your hand, from your graveyard to your hand, it's infinite. So, in this deck, I do play. Yeah, we're doing this. So, you know, go get a drink of water, get the burrito out of the microwave. It's gonna last a while. How was y'all's guys' Christmas? Those of you that won our boxes, I hope you're still watching. I hope you liked your boxes. And there's gonna be more stuff in the future, so, you know, keep being fans. For those of you who weren't counting, that's 22. 22 infinite multiplication meta coolers. I stopped right there because that's as many as I could get on day 1 when Series 2 came out. It's a pretty good number. I haven't thought at all about lowering it or increasing it, so 22. That is how many of those I play. So they're coming from everywhere. They're coming from my graveyard, from my hand, from my graveyard to my hand, to the battlefield. They're everywhere. So the next battle card is going to be something that you're probably not going to play onto the field. Everybody knows what that is. That's your free 10k boost draw card when you are at 4 or less life. So that's it for 2 cost. Next, we're going to go straight into 4. Y'all definitely know what this is. Mecha Frieza, the Returning Terror. Dual attack. So it gets to attack, untap, attack again. When you play this card, you may place 1 card from your hand into the drop area. So that's really good if you like getting your infinite coolers into the graveyard. If you do so, choose up to 2 of your opponent's rest mode battle cards and KO those cards. Then this card gains double strike for the duration of the turn. So on turn 4, when your opponent's still on his first leader side, you're attacking him with double strike and 15,000. Untapping, attacking again with 15,000. Doing a possibility of 4 damage in 1 turn. And since all those meta coolers combo for 5,000 for free, it's a pretty good chance you're gonna beat out your opponent. So we're playing 4 of those. Now, the next card I'm playing probably doesn't see a lot of play since Season 2 came out. But the thing about the cooler deck is turn 4 is a very weird place. Because your opponents on their turn 4 are pretty much activating whatever it is their deck is supposed to activate. They're getting out Gohans, they're getting out Jirins, they're playing Bobbidis. Your turn 4 is not really as important as theirs. This deck really shines on turn 1, 2, and 3 when you're getting out as many coolers as you can. So turn 4 for you is not as important as turn 4 for your opponent. So you can leave your mana untapped, unless you play the Mecha Frieza. And when your opponent attacks you with their, let's say they played Bobbidi on turn 4, which you all know is possible because you saw me do it with my Bobbidi deck. So they played Bobbidi, they get Gohan and Jiren. So one of the 2 attacks, and you counter with King Cold, Father of the Emperor. That's 4 energy. 3 of it has to be yellow, doesn't matter because the whole deck's yellow. So it has Revenge. When this card is attacked, KO the attacking card after the battle. So when Jiren attacks for 30,000, you can combo, direct Jiren's attack to him, kill Jiren, and auto when you play this card, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and switch it to rest mode. So you can get that Gohan, switch it to rest mode, it cannot attack anymore. So that's a nice little surprise that your opponent definitely was not expecting because nobody really plays this card anymore. I go ahead and play 4 of those. The next card is going to be 5 mana, and it is probably, if Infinite Force Meta Cooler is the bread and butter of the deck, this guy's definitely the jam. Awakening Core Meta Cooler. You can evolve him. You probably shouldn't because the more Infinite Coolers you have on the field, the better. So just hardcast him at 5. Permanent. If your opponent's life is 4 or less, your Meta Cooler leader card can activate Awaken. So even if your opponent's not bringing you down to 4, you bring him down to 4, you can still flip as long as this guy's on the battlefield. Permanent. All Meta Cooler in your battle area gain double strike. Now, he is a Meta Cooler. They're Meta Coolers, and he's a Meta Cooler. So you're essentially giving double strike to everything that you have. So your turn 5 is where you really shine because you're going to play this guy and just win. That's it. You're just going to win. So 4 of him, because that's as many as you can take. I wish I could take more. I wish there was an easier way to draw into them, but there you have it. 4 of those guys. Now that does it for our battle cards. The beginning of our extra cards for 1 mana or energy. Crusher Ball. The battle card played is played in rest mode. That is your essentially your 1 mana negate the attack. So you play 4 of those. This card I recently brought back up to 4 because so many people are playing are playing
Cold Bloodlust.
Cold Bloodlust. Thank you, technical producer Tony. And the last thing that you want is for this guy to get Cold Bloodlusted. So you're playing 4 battering lasers. Place 1 yellow card from your hand into the drop area. Negate the counter. Now this next card is neither yellow nor an extra card, but I did throw it into the extra cards because you're never going to play it. Ultimate Judgment Jocko. And now, you guys know what that is. Auto, when you combo with this card, choose 1 card in your opponent's combo area and return it to their hand. So you're just trying to save yourself from losing your last life or your last couple of lives there. And like I had mentioned before, for our final extra, your 4th turn is not as important as your opponent's. So if you want to leave those 4 mana empty and you don't happen to have King Cold, you have Recoom Eraser Gun. Counter attack. If your leader card is yellow, negate the attack. Afterwards, the opponent's battle cards are unable to attack for the duration of the turn. That's going to stop a lot of things. Their leader is still going to be able to attack, but hey, it's either 10 or 15 with single strike most of the time. If you're playing against Vegeta, they have critical. If you're playing against Goku, they have double strike. But other than that, it's mostly going to be a 10 or a 15 with single strike. So the leader's going to go through. Big deal. So you do play 4 of those. So that is the Meta Cooler deck. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Now you will notice that I left out the
Cold Bloodlust.
No, you can't play Cold Bloodlust in this deck, Tony. It's a good thing you brought that up because maybe our watchers are wondering why I left it out. Cold Bloodlust only works if your leader is Frieza's army. Meta Cooler is Frieza Clan.
Really?
Really. Mm-hmm. He cannot play Cold Bloodlust. No, there is another mechanic that a lot of people really enjoy. I think it takes too long to set up. I think the deck works more smooth without it. But the Infinite Force Meta Cooler Core, the card is great. Place 1 Meta Cooler from your battle area into the drop area. This card gains 5,000 power for the duration of the turn. Auto, when you play this card or when it attacks, if Big Getty Star is under this card, choose up to 2 Meta Cooler from your drop area and play them. It seems really powerful, but getting Big Getty Star under this card is really difficult, time consuming. You don't want to put all your eggs in that basket because the Infinite Multiplication Meta Coolers are just too good and you don't want anything getting in your way. You don't want to clog up your thought process. You have 1 go in this deck, and that's just to attack with as many simple to get out 1500s as possible. Hopefully giving them double strike, not necessary. Amazing, but not necessary. So it's just very simple. Attack, 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 attack. That's it. So, I hope you did enjoy this. If you have any questions, any comments, concerns concerning this deck, go ahead and comment at the bottom. Anything you think I should take out, anything you think I should put in, go ahead and let me know. Next time we will be bringing you the tech deck for
Something.
No. Ooh, what's the other deck that the people requested?
The Chilled deck?
Chilled, there you go.
Okay.
The people requested it, we shall give it to you. We will give you the tech deck for Chilled, and then following that, we will show you a bat rep of Cooler versus Chilled.
Alright.
So
this is the deck that won it topped, right?
It topped 8, yes. My cousin Matt was playing it. He top 8 with it because he just didn't care about Cold Bloodlust. I took my Bobbity deck for the first time. And 2 of my games, they were playing Cold Bloodlust, and it just didn't go very well for me. So I ended up going 2 and 2. This one did top 8. So I was a little disappointed because I put such hard thought into that getting Bobbity out on turn 4. And Cold Bloodlust, go fuck yourself.
Alright. But thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next week.